What's going on, YouTube fam? How are you? I hope you're having a great day. This is Luke Mind Power. Welcome to another vlog. It's a blessing to be here with you guys. I hope that you're finding a lot of value from my channel, and I look forward to hearing from you. So don't be afraid to leave a comment, ask me a question, get engaged, get involved in the conversation. Sometimes it's great to even reply to other people's comments, and it also allows me to see what you're talking about and see how I can better serve you. Now, before I move forward in this video, please don't forget to click that red subscribe button and that notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload new content. Today, I have a question from a follower from TikTok, and this question is about how we can approach a friend or someone who you're close with that is always toxic or negative or is always complaining about things. And I think that's a great question, because it's something that, if you're not aware of it, it's definitely something that can be very draining and very negative towards your life experience. Because when someone is constantly in that negative energy, in that negative place of mind, they're projecting that towards you all the time, and they're constantly complaining, and they're constantly sharing with you what they're going through, what they don't have, what they're missing, what they're not happy with in life. Now, one thing that I strongly believe is gratitude. Now, I know that life always has its twists and turns. It's not always straight. It's not always going to give you what you want. But having an attitude of gratitude, to be actually aware of the things that you do have in life. When you focus on what you do have, you'll have so much more. When you focus on what you don't have, you end up thinking that life sucks and you don't have anything. But when you start to pay attention to gratitude and actually look around your life and say, wow, there's people that don't have hands and I have hands, and that's a miracle. There's people who don't have a bed to sleep on and I have a bed to sleep on. Wow, I'm blessed. So just with those little examples, it shows you the difference between someone who is complaining all the time about life and someone who's not, who's in the state of gratitude. It's a different energy, right? Because you feel good, because you're like, wow, that's amazing. I didn't realize that. Now I see that. But what is your approach, and how do you deal with someone who's constantly complaining and constantly negative? One thing I really believe in, and I know this for a fact, sometimes people don't know that they're complaining. Sometimes people are projecting negativity or always showing up in that negative way or form, and they're not even aware of it. It's unconscious. It's unconscious, and it's a habit, right? Because we are attracted to negativity. Hence why news is such a toxic thing to watch on TV, right? And why do people get so attracted to it? Because we are attracted to negativity. Our mind. As soon as we see something, we're like, oh my God, did you see that? Oh, did you see that shooting? Oh, did you see that car crash? Oh, did you see what happened on the news? Oh my God, 10 people died, or this, or whatever the story was. Right? We have that reaction. And so that goes the same with negative vibes, with complaining. You know, did you hear about that girl at work? Did you hear what she did? Right? And that's also part of gossiping. And it's also part of the ego. Right? And so if we can learn to understand what is valuable, what's uplifting, what makes you feel good, right? The ego wants you to compare yourself to others. The ego wants you to complain. Right? Because complaining makes you feel better about your life. It's the same as gossiping. The ego wants you to gossip about what other people are doing and what's happening in other people's lives, other people's misfortunes, because it empowers you to say, you know, the ego's like, that person's life is shit, or that person's going through this. And it kind of makes, because we're all going through something. But what it's also doing is you're getting lost in somebody else's misfortune, when really what you should be doing is just focusing on you, right? Detach yourself from what's going on in the family, from what's going on at work, people complaining or talking behind other people's backs. It's something that is a big habit. Most people do it and are not even aware of it. But communication is key. And so if you want to approach your friend, communication. It's important to actually talk to that person and let them know that, hey, you know what? I've been doing some work on my personal development, and I've been watching a lot of motivational videos or inspirational or you've been, let's say, for example, you've been listening to me. You see me on TikTok live and you've listening to me for a couple of days now and you feel really inspired and motivated. And you want to share with that to that person, right? Because communication, the other person may not know that they're being toxic or they're complaining all the time. It's just a habit. It's unconscious. We're just doing it naturally because that's what we're used to doing. And we're attracted to negativity. So we always want to talk about negative stuff, right? And that lowers your vibration, as well as the ego wins all the time. So you're detaching yourself from who you really are, right? Because you're empowering yourself from other people's misfortune and what's going on, okay? So approaching someone as simple as communication and saying, hey, I've been really listening to, motivational speaker, for example, LiQWYD on TikTok, and he's really positive and it makes me feel really good about my life. But every time I talk to you, you're always complaining. You're always talking about what's wrong with life. And I find that to be really toxic and it's really negative and it kind of like doesn't make me feel good. And so I just wanted to know whether you're aware that you do that, because it would be amazing if we could try to focus on what we do have in life and be appreciative or grateful for what we do have. Because if we keep focusing on what we don't have, then we're always going to feel like shit. We're always going to feel negative. You know, life does happen. I get it. And communication with friends is important. But sometimes it's also important to look around you and your environment and see, is this person draining me or are they filling me up? Are they making me feel better about life, or are they draining my energy and making me feel worse? Because eventually the real decision you have to make is say, you know what? I'm going to have to say no to those phone calls. I'm going to have to detach myself and disconnect myself from whoever these people are in your life that are draining you and that are complaining all the time. But I would say first give it a chance. Communicate with your friends. If you really love them and care about them and you've been friends for a long time, give them a chance. Let them know that, hey, you know what? Like sometimes you just complain too much and it really lowers my energy and my vibe and I don't feel good about life when I hear that. So I wanted to let you know, because if I don't let you know, then you'll never know. Again, it's unconscious. People don't realize that they're doing it. So that's my advice on that. I hope that you receive it and that you hear it and that it's valuable, because it is not easy. It's not easy to communicate. It's not easy to confront someone or to just talk to someone about something that they're doing that they don't realize they may be doing. So it's important to be open and as you approach them, if you do decide to communicate with your friend and you take my advice, for example, approach them in a way first where you actually appreciate them. Let them know, hey, you know what? I really appreciate you as a friend. You know, we've been friends for a long time and, you know, I think you're a great individual. I think I really appreciate our friendship and I love hanging out with you. But there's something that I noticed. I noticed that you complain a lot and that doesn't make me feel good. And I just wanted to let you know, because I'm not sure if you know, and I'm not sure if you realize that you really complain a lot and it's really toxic and negative and it doesn't make me feel good about life. Let them know like that and see how that works, right? Because two things will either happen. The person will react and say, I don't complain, blah, blah, blah. What you're doing there is you're bringing in self-awareness to that person. Because if their ego shows up, the ego is going to defend itself and say, no, I don't complain, right? But you're going to make that person think. The next time they talk to you, they're going to be like, oh, am I complaining? That person's going to feel your vibe and feel your positivity. So I hope that answers your question. It's great to be here with you guys again. If you like this video, like, comment, leave a comment, ask me a question if you'd like me to create a video for you. And also, if you found this valuable, share it with your friends, spread the word. The more I can connect with you and more people, the more we can help more people become more self-aware. And in turn, transform more people's lives. You know, that's the whole purpose of my channel, is to change the world, is to help people become confident, strong enough, more self-aware, and live your best life, you know, because you deserve it. So that's all from this vlog. This is Luke Mindpower. And before I go, follow me on TikTok. Hans is an amazing character. He's making so many people laugh. Duet him and you can win yourself a free t-shirt. There is a new winner every single Sunday. I can't wait to see you there. And don't forget to subscribe. Click that red subscribe button and that notification bell. And tune into my podcast. There's a new episode every single week and I interview some amazing individuals on there. Luke's Mindpower podcast, available on all podcast platforms. Go on Spotify, go on Apple, type it in, Luke's Mindpower Podcast, or even on Google, and you'll find it there. And finally, if you're interested in transforming your life, why not send me an email at lukemindpower@gmail.com and inquire about personal development coaching. Because my success is your success, and your success is my success, and together we can transform each other's lives and in turn transform the world. I'll talk to you very soon, sending you a lot of love. Peace.